This giant pool is located right in the Midway Geyser Basin, point one of the river valleys filled with hot water in Yellowstone National Park. This hot spring pool is named the Grand Prismatic Spring, according to its colors which resemble the colors of a rainbow. Grand Prismatic Springs ranges from 250 to 300 feet wide and reaches 160 feet deep. Each year, the hot springs will release at least 560 gallons of hot water at 160 degrees Fahrenheit every minute. The water there boils all the time because of the heat that comes from underground vents that are part of Yellowstone's volcanic channels. Visitors who come to this place may wonder what causes this giant pool to be rainbow-colored in this hot spring. The area in and around Yellowstone National Park has seen tremendous volcanic activity in its past. 3 giant eruptions have occurred between 2.1 million and 640,000 years ago. The most recent eruption formed the Yellowstone caldera. This volcanic eruption was 2,500 times larger than the eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980 at Washington State. Since then, the park has seen roughly 80 mostly non-explosive eruptions. Some of these events were about the size of the 1991 Pinatubo eruption in the Philippines. The most recent of these smaller events occurred in the Pitchstone Plateau, located in the Beckler and Fall River drainages 70,000 years ago. This hot spring was first discovered by European explorers in 1839. However, the Grand Prismatic Spring began to attract the attention of researchers when geologists working at the Hayden Geological Survey discovered it in 1871. Yellowstone Grand Prismatic Spring has very attractive colors. The center was bright blue, looking like the deep sea. The outside is green and yellow. Meanwhile, the outer side is red like volcanic lava. The red color comes from certain bacteria whose bodies secrete a red pigment. These bacteria form a microbial layer around the lake. Although they often produce red, these bacteria can also produce green and yellow pigments. The colors produced depend on the chlorophyll and carotenoid content contained in the body. The changing temperature of the lake water also affects the color pigments it produces. In summer, the outer layer of the lake tends to be orange or red. Meanwhile, during winter the color will change to dark green. These bacteria do not affect the color of the air in the middle of the lake because the temperature in that part is very high, so these bacteria cannot live in it.